Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. Today in this video I'm going to talk about my favorite wonderful ground cover, spotted dead nettle, Lamium. The area where I decided to plant spotted dead nettle is very shady here, and this is exactly the condition dead nettle wants. Right here we have three different trees and shrubs shading this area. Right here we have some sort of a dogwood growing, and as you can see, the branches of the dogwood is reaching out, shading almost all this garden room. We also have two boxwoods, and we have neighbor's willow tree, which is also giving a lot of shade here into this garden. Now, this little new introduction, this little shrubbery tree is Rose of Sharon, which I just replanted here to give a little bit of privacy from our neighbor's porch. Now, a lot of shade here. This is exactly what Lamium likes. They thrive in shady conditions. And just look at these beautiful, wonderful silvery leaves here. They almost shine in the shade, and the edges are bright lush green. Now there are different types of dead nettles. This one I bought several years ago, and I really don't know the name of this type, but it has pink flowers which are flowering from the middle of May to all the way to middle of July here in our zone 7. Just look at these lovely beautiful leaves, and they almost like shine in the shade. They imitate the effect of spotted sunlight, which is coming through the leaves and shines on the leaves underneath, growing, whatever is growing underneath the tree. So this ground cover is drought tolerant, which is a great feature of a ground cover to have. And if you have a very shallow rooted trees, I would highly recommend dead nettle. It can share the space with hungry trees, especially when those roots are very shallow under the ground. Now, when you look very carefully at this spot, you might notice that dead nettle is sharing this space with a lot of different plants. And as you notice, dead nettle is not a happy neighbor. It's a little bit of a thug. It invades and runs through the garden if you let it go. Now, some gardeners are not okay with it. They don't like those plants, but I do like enthusiastic growers, happy growers, and I control this dead nettle here very well. And as you can see, when you look closely, you can see how it's trying to escape its boundaries right here. You see, it spilled over last year, and it created a nice little colony here. Here we have dead nettle on one side of the wall, and then we have creeping thyme on another side. Look how lovely this creeping thyme looks. It loves it here. But if I will let it coexist peacefully with dead nettle without interfering, this guy will totally cover this area and will kick out the creeping thyme all out. So this is going to be replanted or maybe just taken out. I will try to replant this little guy from here. Also, these guys are going to be replanted. The same with this. So I will use the feature of dead nettle, of this enthusiastic, happy growing gene it has, and I will replant it in areas where I need more bright, shady areas. Now, when you look here at the back of the border, we have these wonderful heucheras growing, and look how dead nettle is just taking over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and I will take out these little seedlings here and I will replant them in a new area. I will show you where in a minute. You see, heuchera here. Just look at that area, how hostas are suffering because of dead nettle. So I'm going to take care of this today in no time. You see how at the back it spilled over behind the flower bed, and I don't mind because I like that area to be nice and colorful. Just see how wonderful it looks there, nice and bright. Dead nettle doesn't reseed itself very aggressively, it just spreads very quickly. But I do have several seedlings every year around my garden, and I don't weed them out. I let them grow a little bit, and then I will bring them to its new location and replant them where I want them to grow. So come with me and I will show you several dead nettles which I have. Look here, this is our patch of raspberries, and look who is growing right here. A happy dead nettle, one. Then we have a happy dead nettle, another one. So all of these baby plants are going to be transplanted and put to good use. And here's another one. He's a little happy guy. And I will show you where I'm going to plant them. Come follow me and I will show you. Here I have this unfinished project or project in progress. I'm installing stones to make this nice wide stone path, and I want the plants to have this spilling effect growing over the stone edges. So right here along the edges, when the path is finished, I'm going to put dead nettle. You see how I did it here between these boxwoods, and you see it was just one bush, one little plant, and look how quickly it spread around. The size of dead nettle is 6 to 8 inches high and 1 to 2 inches wide. So you can see how wide it is, and it has kind of a spreading nature. Plus the bonus of wonderful pink flowers, which are lasting quite a long time. So all in all, spotted dead nettle is a wonderful plant to have in your garden if you don't mind its somewhat aggressive nature and enthusiastic growing desire to spread and multiply. I like it. I enjoy its presence in the garden, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.